Hello guys, welcome to today's session in Quantsapp. Today we will be learning about can you get rich only by investing in mutual funds? Okay, so you will get the answer in the last, but before starting the video, if you are new here, you can go in the description. There is a link below with the help of which you can download and install the Quantsapp Wealth application. After successful registration, you will get certain tools there that will help you in your investment. Right, also there are 25 free tools, as well as in the video library we have multiple videos based on various strategies on investment. Right, so in your meantime you can go through them. They are available in multiple languages like English, Hindi, Gujarati, Marathi and Tamil. Okay, now at any point of time, if you guys are having any kinds of doubts or query and you want to contact us, so the number is given here. You can contact us and we will be there to sort your queries out. Okay, so let's start today's video. That is, can you get rich only by investing in mutual funds? Right, so let's see. Okay, so the first one is I'll give you some financial planning tips in this video. Okay, now first of all, the introduction that is very much needed, like what are the mutual funds, right? So I have told you many times the mutual funds. Okay, so it is a pool of money, you can say. Just a second, let me select the marker. Okay, so it is a pool of money, you can say, in which many investors invest their money. For example, someone is investing 10k, someone is investing 50k. Okay, then someone is investing 1 lakh rupee. Okay, now this all money is now invested. It can be invested in a sector, it can be invested in multiple funds like equity, like debts. Okay, it can be invested in balanced funds, right? So these are invested, and whenever the fund generates profit, so then it is divided among the investors, right? Okay, so I hope the definition is very much clear. Okay, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं अब इसमें, ठीक है? तो अगर ये ठीक है, हमें पता चलेगा कि म्यूचुअल फंड क्या होता है, तो अब हम पढ़ रहे हैं व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ म्यूचुअल फंड. राइट नाउ देयर आर मल्टीपल टाइप्स ऑफ फंड्स. फॉर एग्जांपल, द फर्स्ट वन इज इक्विटी फंड्स. राइट, इस साइड आ जाता हूं. द फर्स्ट वन इज द इक्विटी फंड्स. ओके, नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट इक्विटी फंड्स, सो दीज आर द फंड्स विच इन्वेस्ट इन स्टॉक्स. ठीक है, तो विच इन्वेस्ट इन स्टॉक्स में जो इन्वेस्ट करते हैं. ओके, दीज आर कॉल्ड द इक्विटी फंड्स. राइट, तो एक्सपेक्टेड क्या है, स्टॉक्स में कर रहे हैं, मोर वोलेटिलिटी, द प्राइस विल फ्लक्चुएट, मोर रिस्क बट एज वेल एज मोर प्रॉफिट, मोर ग्रोथ, मोर रिटर्न्स ऑल्सो. राइट, सो स्टॉक्स में जो लोग करते हैं दैट इज इक्विटी फंड्स. राइट, देन वी हैड द डेट फंड्स. राइट, डेट फंड्स आर द, ये जो होते हैं, इट कैन बी ट्रेजरी बिल्स ऑल्सो. Okay, it can be government bonds also. It can be commercial papers of company. ठीक है, commercial papers also. Okay, and many things. Now in debt funds, what it provides you some stability, right, from the market fluctuations. Right, now in this there is low risk, but as well as it will give you a stable profit, you can say, a stable growth, right, a stable return, you can say. Right, now when I talk about the balance fund, okay, so the balance fund, it is the mixture, you can say, of equity as well as debt funds. Right, so this is the balanced funds, right, in which it is predefined, like this much of the money will be invested in equity and this much will be invested in the debt funds. But the more preference is given to the debt funds because of less risk in debt funds. Right, so you can say 60 to 70% of the investment is given in this sector where there is low risk, because the fund manager will provide you good returns, okay, with a minimal risk. Right, so that is the balance funds for you. Now when I talk about the index funds, so index funds, this will replicate the performance of your Nifty. For example, we are seeing a Nifty 500 index. Right, so in Nifty 500 index there will be 500 stocks, right, top performing 500 stocks. Right, now out of this 500 stocks, what the index funds will do, it will just replicate the performance. If the stocks are going above, so they will invest in only those stocks which are included in Nifty 500 and which are providing you a good growth. So it means it is not doing any work by himself but just replicating the performance. तो क्या कर रहा है, सिर्फ इसको कॉपी कर रहा है, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे क्या होता है, इफ इट इज कॉपिंग इट, इट मींस मोर चांसेस कि बिकॉज ओवरऑल आप देखोगे तो निफ्टी इज इन पॉजिटिव, निफ्टी इज प्रोवाइडिंग यू गुड रिटर्न्स ओवर द इयर्स, ठीक है, अच्छे रिटर्न्स दे रहा है। मे बी समटाइम्स इट इज गिविंग यू 14, समटाइम इट इज गिविंग यू 16, बट ओवरऑल इट इज गिविंग यू रिटर्न्स। ऐसा नहीं है कि किसी दिन लॉस में चले गया, राइट। सो दैट इज व्हाई इट इज टेकिंग लेस रिस्क बट प्रोवाइडिंग यू गुड रिटर्न्स, ओके। देन द मनी मार्केट फंड्स, मनी मार्केट फंड्स यू कैन से अ टाइप ऑफ डेट फंड्स। जो मनी मार्केट फंड्स होते हैं, दिस इज द टाइप ऑफ डेट फंड्स विच इज टेकन फॉर अ शॉर्टर टाइम पीरियड, फॉर यू कैन से 1 ईयर के लिए इनको लिया जाता है। इट इंक्लूड्स द कमर्शियल बॉन्ड्स, इट इंक्लूड्स द कमर्शियल बॉन्ड्स, ठीक है, ट्रेजरी बिल्स, ये भी वो करते हैं, बट द डिफरेंस इज दैट इट इज टेकन फॉर लेस देयर 1 ईयर, ठीक है। शॉर्ट टर्म, इफ यू वांट टू गेन अ प्रॉफिट इन शॉर्ट टर्म, okay, and a good profit, then you can go with this money market funds also, okay. So that will be saving your risk appetite, okay. Then we have the sectorial bonds. Now there are some fund manager, okay, or some funds which invest where in a sector, okay. Now the question is, what is a sector? So let me give you explanation here. For example, this is a sector. So when I talk about the sector, so it is a broad term, right? It is a sector. When I'm talking about IT, okay, when I'm talking about IT, okay, IT is also sectorial, okay. So it means now I am going for the sector. For example, if I talk about healthcare sector, okay, healthcare. So in healthcare, insurance will be there, in hospitals will be there, okay, hospitals will be there, health insurance will be there, then there can be medicines will be there, okay, medicine stocks will be there, okay, the you can say pharma stocks will be there, okay. If I talk about the manufacturing companies, so in manufacturing companies the infra will be there, okay, and many more. So it consists of many stocks, a diversification will be there, okay. So you can go with the sectorial funds, okay. So for example, healthcare, manufacturing, banking, finance, service, okay, so you can go with them also, right, okay. Now because if you think like there will be a good growth in a particular sector, for example, right now the banking sector is growing at a very good rate. Also right now we are having a good GDP, so healthcare is also booming, right. So you can invest in a particular sector also, okay. So it will consist of everything that healthcare includes. Got it? Okay. Now let's see, just a second, okay, right. So I hope the types of mutual fund is clear, okay. Then we have the benefits of investing in mutual funds. So what are the benefits? Okay, so the first one is that it is professionally managed, okay. So I have told you many times, when you are investing in a mutual fund, so they are being managed by the professionals. There are fund managers, okay, who regularly, on a regular basis, okay, just analyze your performance, analyze profits and loss, okay, just analyze what are the stocks that are working, in which sector is working, okay. They just keep an eye on the market, okay, the market fluctuation, and then they invest your money, right. So they are the professionals, okay. So that is the first thing for you, right. Then there is a diversification. So I have already discussed diversification for you, right. So I think ye bhi clear hoga aapko. Liquidity means 90% of the people are making money out of investment, ठीक है. म्यूचुअल फंड से पैसा बना रहे हैं 90%, ठीक है. So if the 90% are making money, it means it is easy to make money in investment, right? Not that much money in comparison to the trading. Trading में आपको एक ही साथ मिल जाता है, इन्वेस्टमेंट में थोड़ा थोड़ा मिलता है, but they are making a profit over the years, right? So that is why so much liquidity is here. आपको हर एज का बंदा यहाँ पे देखने को मिलेगा. Either he is a student, either he is a working, either he is a middle aged person, ठीक है, और either he is a senior citizen, okay. तो सभी लोग यहाँ पे, तो you can say there is so much of interest, right? So that is why the liquidity is high. Then the flexibility, it means you can make your adjustment if you are investing in a fund, and if you don't like it, you want to change it, okay. So you can also change your fund, you can also adjust it, okay, and with a very easy process, right. So that is why the flexibility is there, right. The potential for higher returns, so there are so many funds that have potential for higher returns. For example, if you will go with the active ones, okay, so it will give you a higher returns over the time, right. If you want the higher returns, you can go with the stocks with have a who usually compound their profit, right. So you can choose those kinds of options for you, and that will provide you high returns over the years, okay. Then we have the convenience. So it is very much convenient for you. You don't have to see or analyze your portfolio daily, okay, because you have the professional help as well, right? And it is very much not be impacted that much of the market volatility already, right? So that is why it is very convenient for you, either you are a working class people, okay, or if you are not working, if you are a student, so it is very convenient for you to invest in mutual funds, right? So that was the thing. Okay, now let's see what we had next. Okay, now the risk associated with it. Okay, so first of all, the market risk, right? The market risk, why? Because there must be volatility in the market. Okay, the market में volatility तो होती है, तो थोड़ा सा risk उस चीज का तो है भाई. Okay, then we have the credit risk. What is the credit risk? So the credit risk is associated with a fund manager. For example, you have a fund manager, professional help है आपकी. Now this fund manager is expecting a profit of 26%. Okay, जो आपके बहुत ज्यादा रिटर्न से एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा है, ठीक है. नाउ इफ ही इज एक्सपेक्टिंग अ रिटर्न ऑफ 26%, सो इन सर्च ऑफ दिस रिटर्न ही will invest in in some stocks, or he will make some adjustment, but वहाँ पे कहीं ना कहीं he can also face the risk, because if you are going for the more returns, so there are more risk involved, right? So that is the credit risk. So there are risk involved that जो capital, जो investment आपने करी है वो भी आपको वापस ना मिले, right? So that is called the credit risk. In search of good returns, you will risk your capital, so that is the credit risk. Then the liquidity risk. Liquidity, what means liquidity? For example, you are investing in healthcare, okay, and suddenly the people are not interested in healthcare, so then it means now there is a liquidity issue, okay, because लोग हैं people हैं, investors हैं, their interest can change with the season, right? Their interest can change. Currently right now there is the IT sector is very booming, ठीक है, आप देखोगे अलग अलग infotech आ रहे हैं, ठीक है, अलग अलग टेक्नोलॉजी आ रही है, but this can change, okay, there can be a change in of interest with seasons, right? So that is the thing, okay, so that is your liquidity. Then the inflation risk can be there, okay, so if there will be more inflation, okay, so at that time there can be sector that can be affected with it, like FMCG sector, okay, so if you have invested there, so that can be a little bit risky for you, right? Interest rate risk, so it directly goes with the inflation, okay, so the interest rate it handled by the you can say RBI या फिर जो बैंक होते हैं वहां से ये हैंडल होता है, ओके. तो इंटरेस्ट रेट अगर आपका ज्यादा है कम होगा तो इट कैन ऑल्सो गिव यू अ रिस्क इन योर पोर्टफोलियो, ठीक है. ज्यादा होगा इंटरेस्ट रेट, सो इट विल बी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. कम होता जाएगा तो इट कैन इंपैक्ट योर पोर्टफोलियो नेगेटिवली, उतना ज्यादा नेगेटिवली नहीं करेगा, बट स्टिल इट कैन बी अ रिस्क कहीं ना कहीं, ओके, ठीक है. इसको आगे देखते हैं. तो देन वी हैव, कैन यू गेट रिच बाय इन्वेस्टिंग इन म्यूचुअल फंड्स? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर लुकिंग फॉर. क्या बन सकते हो? तो यस, द आंसर इज यस. हाउ? ओके, नाउ वी हैव मेथड्स. सो फर्स्ट, द कंपाउंडिंग ओवर टाइम. इफ इट मींस if you are getting 10 rupees, if you have invested 10 rupees and you are getting a return of rupees 1 over the year, right? So it means after 1 year your investment will be 11, because 10 is your capital and 1 rupee is your profit, right? Now what is compounded? It means you are not taking this 1 rupee out, but you are again investing that 1 rupee with your capital. So now your investment is total 11 rupee, right? So then the 1% of this 11, right, the 1% of this 11, it will be greater than 1, so it will be 1 point something, right? Or it can be 1.1, okay, 1.1. So then now you are getting a profit of 1.1. At the first year you were getting the profit of 1, but now you are getting the profit of 1.1, okay. In a regular return which is not compounding, okay, so in that 10, then after 10 rupee 1 profit, it is get paid out, so then again 10 and then plus 1, then again 10, so always your capital, your investment will be 10, but in compounding your capital is increasing as well as your return is also increasing, right? So that is one of the thing with which you can get rich with the mutual funds, okay. Then we have the systematic investment plan, SIP. You can start your SIP at a very early stage right now. If you are at any stage, just keep स्टार्ट कर दो उसको, ठीक है. भले ही यू कैन स्टार्ट विद 500 रुपए, ओके, एंड जस्ट मेक अ टारगेट, कीप इट इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ रेगुलर इंटरवल्स, एंड विद टाइम, थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा फॉर अ लॉन्गर टाइम पीरियड, ओके, एंड इट विल मेक यू रिच एट सम सर्टेन लेवल, ओके. देन लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट स्ट्रेटेजी जो मैंने आपको बताई, सो ऑलवेज गो विद द लॉन्ग टर्म, ओके. इन द लॉन्ग टर्म योर इन्वेस्टमेंट विल बी बूमिंग आउट ओवर द ईयर्स with the इंटरेस्ट रेट या फिर जो भी कंपाउंडिंग है, राइट, डिविडेंड से उनके साथ भी. ओके, चूजिंग द राइट फंड्स. ओके, सो चूजिंग द राइट फंड्स, दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स इफ यू आर गोइंग विद द एक्टिव वंस दैट कैन प्रोवाइड यू गुड रिटर्न्स. Okay, with a little bit risk also, but it depends on your risk appetite as well, right? Then understanding market cycle, this is one of the most important thing. Okay, either you are not a very active investor or you are a active investor, it doesn't matter, but just keep a eye on the market cycle. What do you mean by the market cycle? It means if the overall market is in bullish or the overall market is in bearish, right? If it is in bearish, so at that time what you have to do, you have to provide more money to your investment, so that when market, because there is a cycle, if market is in bearish, so someday it will again go in the bullish cycle, right, in the bullish trend. So if it is in the bearish side, so now it is time to give your investment some money. Okay, then when it will when it will go in the bullish direction, then you will gain some profit in it, good returns in that, right? Then managing expectations. So this is the last point. Always manage your expectation, make a realistic approach. Okay, अपने पास एक realistic target रखो. Just don't go for the कि 30% ले लूंगा, 40% ले लूंगा. That is not a realistic. Okay, and if you are going for those target, so then your risk will be more, right? So always go with the realistic approach, and that all these things together will make you rich. So this is the secret behind mutual fund. Okay, so this is the secret how you can get rich only by investing in mutual funds, right? So I hope guys ये वीडियो कहीं ना कहीं आप लोगों को पसंद आई होगी, इन्फॉर्मेटिव रहा होगा. अगर पसंद आ गई है, ठीक है, तो वीडियो को लाइक कर देना, शेयर इट विद योर फ्रेंड्स जो स्टार्ट करना चाह रहे हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट म्यूचुअल फंड में, ठीक है, या फिर जो ऑलरेडी हैं, ठीक है, फिर कंफ्यूज है. ओके, और अपने व्यूज नीचे कमेंट सेक्शन में आप कमेंट कर सकते हो. अगर नए हो, यू कैन ऑल्सो सब्सक्राइब द चैनल. थैंक यू सो मच. दिस इज योर ट्रेनर अंकित सिंह रावत. हैव अ वेरी ग्रेट डे.